if you are exhausted, not tired, but exhausted, and your doctor told you your lab looked fine, keep watching. Because what I'm about to share is not the answer you got at your last appointment. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon. I was sitting in a meeting at Microsoft, a meeting I was supposed to be running. I was staring at my second monitor while someone talked, and my eyes wouldn't focus on the text, not blurry, just heavy, like my eyelids had weight in them. My arms felt like they were full of sand from the shoulders down. There was this dull pressure behind my forehead, kind of a low hum, like my head was a room with the light dim. I wasn't sleepy. I was hollowed out. I remember thinking very clearly, I cannot leave my coffee up right now. And then feeling embarrassed that was the thought. I was 34-year-old. My body felt 70. As a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, I know now exactly what was happening in my cells that afternoon. And at the end of this video, so will you. You are going to know what's broken, why nobody caught it, and what you can do about it. Here's what's so frustrating. You are doing everything right. I was doing everything right. I was fasting. I was drinking some fancy coffee every morning because everyone said it will give me more energy. I was eating well, the greens, the meat. I was taking the supplements, and I was still dragging in the morning, still not dropping weight from my waist. I had a short fuse with my kid. I had no drive. And the pattern I want to name here, because in FDN we see it constantly, is the woman in her 40s walking through the same wall. Her cycle is going sideways. She wakes up at 3 a.m. and her brain will not stop. The weight on her midsection will not move no matter how clean she is. Her mood does not feel like hers anymore. Same engine problem, different surface. And I went to my doctor. I told her everything, and she did what every doctor does. She ran a blood panel. Couple days later, I got the message. Your labs look great. We can find anything. Try mindfulness, try meditation, probably stress. And this drives me nuts because you are not crazy. You are not making it up. You go on Reddit on that chronic fatigue forums, and it's the same story over and over. Normal brain scans, normal blood work, doctor thinks I'm crazy. Every doctor chalks it up to, you're a woman, he thought you're fat. I was told over and over it's chronic fatigue. There is nothing that can be done. Basically, I just need antidepressants. Real people, thousands of them, getting told their exhaustion is in their head. Here is what I want you to understand. The standard blood panel your doctor runs is looking at a handful of markers. It's a snapshot. It's designed to catch disease. It is not designed to catch dysfunction. And the body has a whole stage in between perfectly fine and disease. That stage is where you live. That stage is where the exhaustion lives. It's called mitochondrial dysfunction. By the way, my free guide, The 5 Labs Your Doctor Isn't Running, covers the exact markers that reveal this. Link in the description. Keep watching because I want to show you what's happening first. Okay, let me give you the picture, the simple one. Inside every cell in your body, there are these little structures called mitochondria. Tiny. They are the engines. Their only job is to take the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe and turn it into energy, ATP, the actual fuel your body runs on. A muscle cell might have a couple thousand of these engines. A heart cell, 5,000. A brain cell, up to 10,000 engines per cell. Now, here is the part nobody tells you. When those engines start underperforming, you don't get sick. Not at first. You get tired. You get the 3 p.m. wall. You get the brain fog that sets in around 4. You get the second coffee that doesn't touch it. By 7, you snap at your kids over something small. By 8, you are face down on the couch. By 11, you are wired and exhausted at the same time, and sleep will not come. That's not stress. That's not aging. That's your cells not making enough fuel to run you. What I want you to hear is that this is a biological dysfunction. No, you are getting old. No, have you tried sleeping more? Dysfunction. a system that is misfiring and has never been measured. So, what damages these engines? This is where it gets real. In FDN, we see a pattern constantly. A high performer, usually carrying a full professional load, 2 kids, has tried everything, elimination diet, the green juices, the supplements, exhausted regardless. When we run the panel, the cortisol pattern is wrecked, flat line in the morning, spiking at night. Here is what's happening underneath. Chronic stress keeps the adrenals pumping cortisol year after year. To keep making that cortisol, the body starts stealing raw material from sex hormone production. We call it the pregnenolone steal. Progesterone tanks, sleep gets destroyed. Without deep sleep, the gut lining gets inflamed, the bacteria shift. Now fewer nutrients are being absorbed, specifically the ones mitochondria needs to run. B vitamins, magnesium, CoQ10, carnitine. The engines are starving. And every doctor along the way said everything looked fine. That's the cascade. Stress wrecks the cortisol rhythm, wrecked cortisol damages the gut, a damaged gut starves the mitochondria, starved mitochondria means no energy, which trigger more stress hormones to push through the day. The loop tightens. This is why the next supplement won't fix it. You cannot outwork an engineering problem at the cellular level. You are not lazy. Your engines are starving. So how do you see this? Because your doctor isn't going to catch it. They are looking at the wrong dashboard. Dr. Terry Walls, who reversed her own MS by addressing this exact issue, says it directly. Fatigue is often a symptom of depleted and starved mitochondria. Depleted, starved. Those are the words. In functional diagnostic nutrition, we don't just run a CBC and call it a day. We look at the systems that feed and protect your mitochondria. We look at your stress and hormone rhythm, the full cortisol pattern across the day, your DHEA, your sex hormone. We look at the metabolic markers, how your liver is detoxing, how you are processing fats and proteins. We look at the intestinal permeability, whether your gut is leaking inflammation into your bloodstream. We look at your microbiome, what's living in your gut and whether it's helping you or stealing from you. And we look at food sensitivities, the hidden immune reactions quietly burning through your energy bottle every single day. That's how you find the cost. When I ran that panel on myself, I finally saw it. Cortisol flatlining. The thing my doctors had been calling stress for years had a signature on paper. And once I could see it, I could fix it. If you are nodding along right now, exhaustion, the brain fog, the lab looks fine story, I want to talk to you. I open up a small number of free 30-minute consultations every week. We get on a call. I look at what you've tried, and I tell you straight whether functional tasting makes sense for your situation. Link is below this video. Take it. All right, you can get a full panel done by Friday. So what can you do this week to start feeding your engines? 4 things. Doable. 1. Eat protein within an hour of waking. Not just coffee, food with 30 grams of protein. Your mitochondria need amino acids to rebuild the enzymes that make energy. If your first input of the day is caffeine or an empty stomach, you are running your engines on a stress hormone, not on a fuel. There is a difference. 2. Get morning sunlight in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking up, 10 minutes outside. Even if it is still dark, that light signal sets your cortisol rhythm for the day and tells your mitochondria when to ramp up and when to wind down. 3. Start tomorrow. 3. Identify one food that might be working against you. In FDN, we see this repeatedly. Food sensitivity panels reveal that someone that has been eating something every single day, thinking it's healthy, that's quietly driving inflammation. Eggs, almonds, gluten, dairy, the most common triggers. Pull one for 2 weeks. See what happens. One change, not 12. You don't need a panel to start experimenting, but if you want the data, the panel gives you certainty. 4. Move at the right intensity, not the wrong one. If you are exhausted, an intense workout makes mitochondrial dysfunction worse. You are demanding ATP from engines that don't have it. Walk every day. Train 2 or 3 times a week. Skip the high-intensity class for now. You earn the harder workouts back once your engines are rebuilt. None of these are sexy. None of them will go viral, but done consistently for 30 days, they start to change how you feel because they are feeding the engines instead of flogging them. I want to close with this. A while back, after I'd done the work, fixed the cortisol pattern, rebuilt my gut health, my kid had a tantrum at 7:30 on a Tuesday night. The worst time, the end of the day, the time I used to lose it. And I just handled it. I sat down on the floor next to him, so we were at eye level. I put my hand on his back, I let him cry it out, and I waited. I noticed the small thing my old self would have missed. The way his breathing started to slow once my hand was there. I was present for my kid at 7:30 at night. That was the moment I knew. That was the moment all of this was worth it. Because here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about energy for its own sake. This isn't about productivity. This is about being there for your kid, for your whole life. You are not broken. You are not making it up. Your engines are starving and nobody has bothered to look at the fuel gauge. The labs your doctor ran were never going to find this. They weren't designed to. You needed someone looking at the right dashboard, asking the right questions, willing to run the tests that matter. Here is what I want you to do right now. Download the 5 Labs guide. Link is below this video. Free. It shows you the exact markers that reveal mitochondrial dysfunction and the cascade behind it. Read it tonight. And if you've watched this whole video thinking, that's me, that's exactly me, book a free 30-minute call. Link is below. We talk. I tell you straight whether this is the right path for you. No pressure, just clarity. You deserve to feel like yourself again. You deserve energy for the people you love. Your engines can be rebuilt. I rebuild mine. In FDN, we watch people rebuild theirs all the time. You can do this. Start tonight.